Hello there, and welcome to DD with PG. I know. Well, you see, I do have a good uh, reason for not seeing for a couple days because I've been extremely um, involved in getting prepared for another daughter, another daughter, a daughter, another child to graduate. So we're kind of you know how it is. You live life, and then all of a sudden, you got company, clean the house, and other things, and fix and repair things, and all that. So that's what we've been doing. And yeah, boy, are my arms tired. Anyway, it is time for the Lord. And the Lord is good in giving us this information that we have today. I'm reading from Revelation. Yeah, Revelation 21, 2 through 4. And let's see what it says. I saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. Now, of course, this is the New Jerusalem coming down out of heaven from God. And notice the analogy he makes. Prepared as a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. And so that means that this New Jerusalem is just going to be a wow. And for those of you who are married and you saw your bride come down, you were just like in awe because of the way she looked and how beautiful it is. And that was a special day. But then obviously the marriage continues on, and we have to look upon our spouses as the beauty they were then and today in the same way. So this is the New Jerusalem. It's going to be just like that, as just like a wedding ceremony, and that whole aspect of waiting to see the bride that you haven't seen dressed in that beautiful gown and dress. And so then it continues on. It says, "I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, 'Look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them.'" Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Just wow. A loud voice from the throne saying, "Look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them." Is this God speaking to us in third person? Speaking of himself in third person terms. That's been done before, you know. But here it is, John explaining to this through his vision and saying that, he heard this loud voice from the throne saying, "Look, God's dwelling place is now among the people," which means it's the dwelling place where we're going to be. Everybody that is a believer in God and Christ Jesus, through Christ Jesus. That's the only way. And to see this dwelling place, this place, and that God will be with us in that way, in present looking form, whatever that form we see. Obviously, we're made in His image, so He's going to be uh, God in this image. And oh, what a special day that'll be! Because I don't know about you, it was always that struggle, the battle we go through in believing in God because of the fact that we don't see God. We don't truly see God in the sense of God who is God, right? It's that situation where we get kind of confused and disheartened because of the fact that we don't see Him. Now, obviously, no one else has seen God. They've heard God. He's spoken through things. He's been as a mist, as a cloud upon the mountain, a burning bush, and so God has shown Himself in different ways of that way, but typically a voice, and not the physical form. And the only way that we see God in the physical form, but he was fully man, was Jesus Christ. But yeah, we get to dwell with him. And he will be their God. They will be his people, it says, and God himself will be with them and be their God. Now, obviously, uh, we've gotten used to, because of all these governments and principalities and kingdoms, of how we are governed by people. Now, the thing that we don't often get is we don't often get how we are to be governed by God and led by God, and that we follow God and to serve him mightily on a daily basis. And uh, the fact of the matter is, yeah, we've got to do that. We've got to do that. And we can do that. We just need to make sure that we are denying ourselves and putting ourselves in the right spot to be able to be used by God. Verse 4, he will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm tired of this old order in a lot of respects. I know some other people are, and obviously those that have lived a long life have gotten to that point and wondering and saying, man, why am I deteriorating? Why am I falling apart? And we need to know that he will wipe every tear from their eyes. There'll be no more death, no more mourning or crying or pain. All these things that we see, uh, all these things that we should see uh, of God. Um, just, oh man, yeah, how wonderful, how wonderful. Yeah, it's just, man, I just get overwhelmed by it all, because of all the things that happen in this world, all the difficulties that people go through. Just good. Uh, all the suffering, all the pain, and everything else, and know it's going to be gone. Gone. New Jerusalem. God be the leader, and he will be with us. And he'll, no more crying, no more tears, no more mourning, no more death, no more of that. The old order of things is gone. Could have been. Could have lived in paradise in that way, and uh, Adam and Eve. But this is truly how we show ourselves to God, in the way that we live our lives now, through all the things that happen, and living in the area of sin. Uh, it's just great. We should definitely. Um, God is so awesome. There you go, folks. Encouragement for the day, a blessing in this devotion. Read on in this section here. It's beautiful. It's towards the end of Revelation, obviously, and we get to see what Paul said is prophetic. And if prophecy holds true, then what? We're going to see it happen. It'll happen. Pressing to God today. Thank you. I'm sorry. I messed up the way things were here. Probably like, oh man, that film was really wild. Well, maybe you didn't watch, which was good. Just listen. All right. Love you all. Take care. God bless.